Lots of fun. All right.
So are we on to O.F.N. now?
Yes, we are. We are going to get on to the Wheel of Destiny's O.F.N.
This was a lot easier for me than I thought it would be.
It was not easy for me.
Is that what she said or he said? No. It's none of the above.
All right. So we're going to give ourselves like about 8 minutes or so. Let's give 7 minutes for this whole thing.
Sure.
We have to wrap up. All right. So I'm going to start it right now. So we're going to get into the once, which means you get to watch it one time, and that's it. Forever means this is the movie that stays in your collection forever. And
by the way,
you can only watch this movie from this actor. And then the never means you kill it off and it's from existence, which I'm going to have a caveat at the end. I'm going to give a caveat.
I would like Timmy to contribute his too via the chat, because I know he texted it to me last week when we decided on this, and I think I deleted the text by accident. So if Timmy could weigh in with his O.F.N. on Sandler movies, because he had it.
Okay.
He had one.
So I'm going to start with my once.
Okay.
All right. We'll do once, and then we'll do forever, and then never, the one that we're going to kill off. All right.
Yep.
So the once that I'm going to go with, and this was really tough for me because I kept on going back and forth between a lot of different movies. Because I was like, do I want to go a little more heavy to kind of keep it? Because my forever is going to be easy for me. Do I want to just keep it like up light, and happy and, fun and just like exciting? Which way do I want to go with it? So I am going to go with one that kind of gives you just classic Sandler, but at the same time, it also gives you some of the most fun moments. And it's one of my favorite movies to just watch and get amped up by, and that's The Waterboy. The Waterboy with Bobby Boucher, it's just, there's so many great hits, and just so many times you're just kind of like jumping out of your seat and having fun. And like I had like Billy Madison, Just Go With It, just so I could watch Jennifer Aniston in there with him. And, I like that movie a lot. I think it's fun. They have good chemistry together. Don't Mess With a Zohan. That's another one that I really like a lot. Yeah. But The Waterboy is the one that stole the show for me for the once.
Okay.
What do you got for once?
You mentioned my once, actually, and I was really happy to hear it. My once is Just Go With It.
Wow. All right.
I'm a huge Just Go With It fan. First of all, I need to see more Dave Matthews in movies, because I still gush over that performance, like constantly. I still think that is one of the funniest performances I've ever seen by a non-actor in a movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's hilarious, but you touched on it. The chemistry between Sandler and Aniston is awesome. Yeah. And listen, the one thing you have to respect about Adam Sandler is he picks the hottest women to co-star with him. Women that are significantly out of his league, and he knows it.
Beckinsale, Drew.
And yet he pulls it off. Yeah. Like, it's believable in a way. Like, you almost kind of believe Sandler could pull off getting Jennifer Aniston. Mm-hmm. I mean, and of course, and then what's her name there? Brooklyn Decker, right? Yeah. Is that her name? Yeah. The supermodel? Uh-huh. Come on. I mean, that whole scene with the two of them where they're like, they go off to like that waterfall area, and Aniston takes, she's got her sneaky hot body. Yeah. And her son is funny. He's like, don't buy that. He's like, don't believe anything. He's like, she does Pilates. Like, she pops, like M&Ms or something like that. She takes Pilates classes. Like, she pops M&Ms or something. So but that movie, I love Just Go With It. That is such a fun movie. Like, the remote goes down immediately as soon as that movie is on.
It is a good movie. I agree. All right. Now we're going to do the Forever, and the Forever is pretty easy for me. And
mine too. Mine was extremely easy.
And your boy Timmy has it in there as well. Happy Gilmore, 100%. And it's not just one of the greatest movies, in my opinion, especially golf movies, but it has not one of the greatest movie villains, but two of the greatest movie villains, because you have McGavin, Shooter McGavin, and you also have Hal, the orderly nurse. Those are two great, and some awesome, awesome quotes, between "my fingers hurt." Oh, your fingers hurt? Well, your back's going to be hurt. You just put landscaping duty. That's so
Stiller
incredible.
Is terrible. He's terrible in that movie.
So many great lines in this movie. The price is wrong, bitch. There's so many great quotes. Yeah. Just tap it in. Tall in the hips. All those kind, like there's just so many they use, and who hasn't? It's iconic. Who hasn't tried? You even talked about it when we played golf just a couple days ago. Who hasn't tried the Happy Gilmore when they go play golf?
I've tried it. Not with
Everybody.
you, but I have tried it. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
it feels sacrilegious to me that I actually didn't have either Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore on this list at all.
I know this one is for you.
Yeah, it's The Wedding
Singer. Yeah.
The Wedding Singer is the greatest fucking Adam
Table 9.
Sandler movie I've ever seen. I'm sorry. It's just, first of all, it's completely in my wheelhouse. One, because it's set in the 80s, and two, because it's set in the 80s. So, like, I'm sorry. That movie speaks to me in so many ways. But that movie is really underrated too. It is as far as Sandler movies go. I mean, listen, Sandler movies aren't exactly like Rotten Tomatoes gems here, okay? And I don't even know what The Wedding Singer is off the top of my head.
It did well. I think it's in the 70s.
It might, right? Which would actually probably make it one of the higher rated ones because critics don't like his movies.
No.
But I mean, listen, the soundtrack is great. The story is fun. Yeah. Drew Barrymore, America fell in love with Drew Barrymore all over again during that movie. You know, and listen, the dialogue is hilarious. My brother-in-law Frank and I quote that movie to each other constantly. Yeah. Like even now, like if I pick up the phone and I talk to him, I guarantee you a Wedding Singer quote comes out in that movie.
I agree.
And it's just I'm sorry, like that has been my favorite Adam Sandler movie since the moment I saw it in the movie theater. And it honestly, as much as I love Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore and just go with it, it's like not even close.
Wow.
And I love those other three movies I just mentioned, by the way. Love those three movies. Okay. And it's not even close.
All right. Okay, now we're going to go into the never. And this is where I'm going to put a caveat at the end. Because
Timothy had Wedding Singer as his once and Happy Gilmore as his forever. Okay,
yeah. I put it up on the screen. And Hubie Halloween, never.
See, I haven't seen Hubie Halloween yet, so I can't.
So, but this is the problem. So this is my caveat here, is that I picked Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
Because I have never been able to finish the movie. And I think from now on, I have to only pick movies that we're gonna have to do we're gonna have to do something different here. We're gonna have to do something like if you haven't fully seen the movie, then you can't say it can't be on your list because you don't know how it ended and all that kind of stuff. And I thought about this after the fact, and it's like also like, do we pick like the top 3 or top 5 favorite movies, and then we take it and put that into the once, forever, and ever, because that makes it more difficult? Like, which way do we go with this? Yeah. So I don't know, but I like the way we're doing it right now. But the caveat is, from going forward, is you haven't finished the movie, you can't put it in there. But that's not a rule yet. Jack and Jill, never been able to finish it. I try to start it, and I always get so bored, I just end up turning on something else. So it's just one of those things that I can't get through it. So therefore, it's my never. Speaking of turning on something else, how about turning off something else? My never. Click. Turn it off. Wow. That's a trash bag movie. That movie's terrible. Terrible. It's awful. I can't. It's not great, but I still teared up at the end. Oh my God. It's appropriately named Click, because you just want to turn it the fuck off as soon as you see it on. Or just don't watch it at all. Just click to something else. That's a bad movie. Jack and Jill's up there, though. I actually think I had Jack and Jill as an honorable mention for never. But click for me doesn't click with me. Little Nicky's another one I have never been able to finish. Oh no, fuck that. Little Nicky's awesome. No, I've never been able to finish it. Dude, Dan Marino's in Little Nicky. Enough said. He was in Ace Ventura. That's good. Yeah, right. Listen, everything Dan Marino's ever been in is fucking gold. So except for the Super Bowl. That's true. And he lost to 49ers in the Super Bowl, who were digging for gold. So yeah. So Timmy says, I promise you, watch Hubie Halloween. It'll be your never too. Yeah. All right. I can imagine why. I mean, I remember seeing the previews and being like, oh, this can't be good. All right. Let's get into, we'll put this on this. I'm going to turn the light up, and we're going to spin the wheel of destiny. All right. This is like my favorite part of the show. See what we're gonna do next week. Here we go. Plus, I love the graphic, and then the actual physical wheel. The wheel of destiny. All right, here we go. Let's spin that wheel. I gave it a good spin that time.